Hey VCers, Matt here. Happy Thursday night from the way too damn hot state of Texas. Hope everyone's doing well. Here's Otis. Hey Otis. Anyway, just wanted to check in. Never Fear, my series of reviewing the Kinks albums remains ongoing. This is just a little break to do something a little bit different. I will probably be back with the next in line of the Kinks album reviews on Saturday or Sunday this weekend probably. But yeah, I just wanted to check in. I think VC of late seems to be sort of slow. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because it's summer. What little activity is going on seems to be kind of downhearted and a bit heavy lately. So I wanted to inject some fun back into the VC and some joy and a little lightheartedness. Thought it might be time to do another contest. I will call this my 5 subscribers contest. I don't know. Tell you the truth, I don't really know how many subscribers I have because I never check and I don't really care, to be honest. And don't take that the wrong way. I appreciate very much everyone who subscribes and watches my videos, and that's very important to me. So hope you keep watching and subscribing. But as far as the numbers, I never really look. I don't know what I've got, and I'm not that interested. But so yeah, I thought I'd do another contest, and just not sure what's going on here contest-wise right now. I think one contest, somebody's 500 subscribers contest, just ended today or yesterday. I think there's 1 or 2 others going on, and I'll put in a little advertisement for another member named the Prince of Records, who I was not aware of, and I ran across his channel yesterday. He had commented on one of Mean Mr. Mayo Joe's videos, and he mentioned that he's having a contest, so I went over to his channel to check it out, see what he's all about. He likes records and he likes comic books, so he makes videos on both of those subjects, and seems like a pretty good guy, so I subscribed to his channels, watched a couple of his videos. But he's got a contest that is, don't quote me on this, go over to his channel and check out for all the details and rules, but it runs through late September, I think like September 23rd or so, so there's plenty of time to get into it. And in a nutshell, it's to show an album that surprised you for good or bad. Basically an album that you got and you were expecting big things from, thinking this is going to be a really great album, and it stunk. Or an album that you got for whatever reason that you didn't really expect much of, or have any preconceived opinion going in one way or the other, and it's like, oh my god, this is great. I found this great album that I never even knew about. So that's what it is basically. But like I said, go to his channel, the Prince of Records, and he's got a couple of videos up there talking about all the details of his contest there. So my contest is well, first off, let's do the prize. The prize is going to be like last time. It's going to be a $25 Amazon gift card. I think it's just easier that way. That way I don't get stuck with a $50 postage bill if somebody in Easter Island or Vietnam or wherever wins. And it's just easier to send someone that. Plus, if you get the gift certificate, the way I look at it is you can go pick out whatever you want, and I don't send you a record that you already have or something that you have absolutely no interest in, you know, that you know, oh son of a bitch, this guy sent me a Paul Revere and the Raiders album, I hate those guys. Or you know, you can pick out what you want. So my contest is a derivative, shameless rip-off of my earlier contest by and large. The earlier contest was to name your favorite little snippets or sections of songs that you always look forward to, a little guitar lick or a lyric or whatever. This contest is to name your favorite song intros, your favorite song openings. So, your favorite song openings. For example, bear with me here. example number 1. This isn't necessarily my list. These are just some examples that I grabbed some CDs off the shelf there, using CDs because they are easier to deal with than running back and forth to the record player. We'll do example number 2.
Hello, who's that speaking, please?
Example number 2. We'll do one more just because I feel like it. Example number 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright, so there's 3 examples. I hope that gives you a basic idea of what I'm looking for. So, and that is the great Modern Lovers album. Roadrunner is the song. So yeah, that's the contest. The rules are, and there's some other elements to this contest we'll get to, because I want to have some fun. I just want to get some lighthearted cheer and get some more participation going in the VC is my hope with this. So the rules: number 1, list at least 5 songs, but no more than 10. And you can do 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, just 5 to 10 songs, but no more, no less. Because don't want to have someone say, "Oh, song openings, I love that stuff, and here's my top 300. Number 1 is," and we don't want to listen to all that. So, rule number 2. First, before I do rule number 2, is you of course have to think about it and make up your list. So you go, oh yeah, well obviously this song, and that one too, and this one too, and what else would be, nah. Yeah, that one. So you get your list written before you make your entry there, and then when you have your list, you can come on and do your video, and you can do either just come on and say, "Hey, I'm Herbert, and here's my list. Number 1, first up is I Need Me a Woman with Some Food Stamps by Cheshire and the Cats. Second up is blah, 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 blah." And you can just read your list. And that's perfectly acceptable for your entry. It's kind of bland, but it's acceptable. Second option is you can read your list. Number 1 is whatever by the Whoevers. And then you can play an example. You can play the opening of that song. Second is blah, 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 blah. Play the opening intro of the song, etc., and so forth and so forth and so on. Now, the rule on that is if you just read the list, you don't have to worry about this, but if you play the examples, no more than 10, 15 seconds tops, and it's the beginning of a song, so it's not the middle, it's not the end. We don't want to hear the entire song or half the song or 30 seconds of the song or 20 seconds of the song. It's just the beginning intro of the song, which I haven't really made my list up yet, but there's a few that I know I'm probably going to use, and several of those examples, the intro part that grabs me, that I love, is we're talking 2, 3, 4 seconds. For example, if you wanted to pick "Whole Lot of Love" by Led Zeppelin, cut it. That's it. We don't need to hear. We all know the song. Even if we don't know the song, it's just that intro. So not more than 15 seconds, preferably closer to the 10 or even less seconds, as far as what you play if you play the examples. Now, the one thing I might say on that, if anyone out here that wants to participate in the contest is a big prog rock or, say, a Grateful Dead fan, those type of bands tend to make 20, 30, whatever, half-hour long songs. A lot of times the intro to those songs, or classical music, say, a lot of those are long pieces. Don't know there's a whole lot of classical music fans on the VC, and that's kind of a shame, but if there are, a lot of those songs are long, 10, 20-minute long pieces of music, and the intro to those songs tends to sort of often noodle around and slowly but surely build up to the meat of the song. So if that's the case, if you want one of your picks is, you know, a live 2 hour version of Dark Star by the Grateful Dead from a 1971 concert in Connecticut, that's fine to pick that, but don't sit there and play 5 minutes of the intro to that song before they actually get into the song. That's what I'm saying. So if you have a song like that, and that's perfectly acceptable to have long, any music is fine, but you might want to just read that off the list. And then, like, if your other, like I said, you can do 5 to 10 choices. If your other choices are Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones, go ahead and play the first 3 or 4 seconds of the intro. But if you got some long, build up classical piece of music, or Emerson, Lake and Palmer or something like that, please don't sit there and play a 5 minute introduction to a song. So, number 3 rule is you can do, again, 5 to 10 choices, but no more than 2 choices. No band or artist can have more than 2 choices. So you can do 2 Rolling Stones songs. You can't do 3 or 4 or 5 or 10. You can do 2 Frank Sinatra songs, or 2 Beethoven songs, or 2 whoever songs, but you can't do more than that. The reason I want to do that is I want to have people kind of think outside the box and see what else they like. Because I'm thinking, if, say, me and Mr. Mayo and Adam Lee decide to take part in the contest, and I certainly hope they do, I'm thinking, spoiler alert, so turn off the sound if you don't want to ruin for you, I'm thinking it's a pretty good bet that Adam's going to have a Madonna choice or 2. I'm thinking it's a really safe bet that Joe's going to have a Beatles choice or 2. I don't want to see Adam come on and do 10 Madonna songs, and I don't want to see me and Mr. Mayo do 10 Beatles songs. Not that there's anything wrong with that, and not running down either one of those artists, just saying I want to see what else they like besides that stuff. So put your 2 Beatles choices in, or put your 2 Madonna choices in, or your 2 little Jimmy Osmond choices, or whatever it's going to be, but only 2 choices per artist. And you can do 2 Rolling Stones, 2 Who, 2 Beatles, 2 Led Zeppelin, whatever, but no more than 2 choices per artist and or band. And just to clarify, if you must, yes, you can do 2 Beatle choices, 2 solo Pauls, 2 solo Johns, 2 solo George, and 2 solo Ringos, or you can do 2 Yardbirds and 2 John Mayall with the Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton, and 2 Cream, and 2 Derek and the Dominoes, and 2 whatever. You can do 2 Rolling Stones choices, and if you pick 2 Mick Jagger choices, I'm going to sign you up for a psych evaluation, because if you like anyone that would pick Mick Jagger solo material as the top 10 best of anything other than crap songs is in need of medical attention. But anyway, if you want to do that, do that. I'm just kidding. So there you go. 2 choices per band or artist. Rule number 4. In your choices, your 5 choices, your 10 choices, your 8 choices, whatever you decide to do, you must have at least 2 different genres of music represented. So, don't want, here's 10 rock songs. I don't want someone that's a metalhead on here and every choice is a heavy metal whatever, or someone that's into jazz and it's just, here's Miles Davis, here's Coltrane, here's Louis Armstrong, and it's 10 jazz choices. You got to have at least 2 genres of music, and you can do, 9 heavy metal choices and 1 country western choice, or 4 heavy metal and 1 country if you're doing 5, if you're only doing 5 entries. And you can do more. You can do as many genres as you want as you can fit into 10 choices, which would be 10 if my math is right. but you have to have at least two genres of music. And again, that's to get you to think outside the box and see what else you like. And even if you're a die-hard rap fan or a die-hard metal fan, and that's really all you listen to, surely there's got to be some song out there that you, of another stripe, that you also like, I would hope. So that's that. Rule number 5, you must, in your video, while doing your list and or after doing your list, do your best impression of any of the following 3: Fred Sanford, Ricky Ricardo, or John F. Kennedy. Um, Members of the VC living in the UK can also substitute with former Prime Minister Anthony Eden and or Hyacinth Bouquet, the bucket lady from Are You Being Served. Does not apply to US members and or the rest of the world. So Fred Sanford, Ricky Ricardo, or JFK. You got to do your impersonation of 1, 2, or all 3 of them. VC members who are 30 and younger, go ask your grandparents. They can explain to you who those people are. Rule number 6, you must create and show a work of art depicting Godzilla, legendary Chicago Bears coach Mike Ditka, and being that the VC is a music-related channel, George Harrison. Godzilla, Ditka, and Harrison. This work of art can be a drawing, a painting, a sculpture, a diorama, a cartoon, a one-act play, a poem, a haiku, an interpretive dance, an etch-a-sketch picture thing. And if you're worried that you're not artistic, neither am I. So it doesn't have to be elaborate. Be something like that. Whatever. But you got to do something. And you got to show them doing whatever. Standing there, enjoying pizza in the Loop in Chicago, locked in battle. Something. Work of art with those 3. Got to have some fun here. This is serious business too, so let's not kid around. Rule number 9. Name your favorite sports team. Anybody naming the Texas A&M University football team or the Dallas Cowboys will be immediately disqualified and barred from the VC for a period of not less than 1 year and not more than 5 years. Otherwise, all is fair. Or sports team and or sports person. So if you want to name Muhammad Ali versus a baseball or a football or a cricket or a bowling team, that's fine. Number 10, tell us your favorite scene and or line from the following movies, 1 or more or all of the following movies: The Godfather, Animal House, Vacation, the original, and The Munsters. If you haven't seen those movies or that TV show, good God, why not? Go out and watch them and figure it out. And if you can't manage that, just your favorite scene from your favorite movie will be acceptable. Rule number 7. I don't care if you subscribe to my channel. If you want to, that's great. If not, it's no big deal. But email me, send a message by Pony Express, some way, somehow. If you do an entry, let me know, because A, I want to watch them. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping to see a lot of entries. B, I need to know that you entered so that I can keep a running track of who entered, so that when I do the drawing, you don't get left out if you made a video, because I don't want that to happen, and neither do you. Prize is an Amazon gift card. The deadline is August 30th, because that's when college football starts, so that's as good a date as any. So have fun with it. Your favorite song introductions, your impersonation of Fred Sanford, Ricky Ricardo, JFK, any one, both, all 3, your artwork of Godzilla, Ditka, and Harrison, and your favorite sports team and or person, favorite scene from those movies. Have fun. Let's make the VC a perk it up and get it going again and have a little fun with it. And I'll be back on the weekend with the next Kinks album review, and see you all later.